Hi guys, it's me, Danielle Danibuttons, and if all goes according to plan, it's Christmas! So Merry Christmas, everybody, if you're watching it the day of, or I assume if you're busy with friends and family, you'll be seeing this a little bit later. We finally made it, yay! It's so funny because this is actually the first video I'm filming in this series, but the last one you'll see, and the series is Top 10. So I decided for every, what day of the week? Every Saturday in December, I'm counting down a top 10 list of favorite holiday things. So today we are doing my top 10 favorite animated Christmas movies, animated holiday movies, and I'm very excited. This is my favorite category, so I saved it for Christmas Day, and I'm going to be coloring out of Christmas Gnomes coloring book by Colored Caramel. And I'm going to be doing the Merry Christmas page. So this is my first page coloring in here. As of right now, I think I have 46 days till Christmas, so I'm a little bit ahead, which I'm glad about. But as I said, this is the first one I'm filming, so we'll see. I'm going to use Cali Art markers, and I don't really have a plan. So, fun. I don't know how much we'll finish on camera. I'm just going to go until we are done with our top 10. So, and really, it's by now top 12 because I have 2 honorable mentions. Let me pick my first color before I keep getting into it. All right, I need to look at my color chart. I picked up my phone instead of my color chart. All right. I don't know. I want to color the background. I'm nervous because basically all of my light blues dry out first, so I don't want to be stuck without being able to finish. So let's see if this has enough juice in there. It might. It looks good. So I'm going to try to do the background and see what we got. I'm nervous, but okay. So top 10 animated movies. Animated movies are one of my favorite categories, of course. This is what I started on as a kid, what I very much grew up with. And I'm also considering the claymation stop motion stuff animated. So if you were missing last week where all these classics were, they're here now. But let me look. Number 1, honorable mention. So I'm working from the bottom up. Of course, obviously, again, this should be week 4, so hopefully we got it down by now. But essentially 12, honorable mention number 1 is Charlie Brown Christmas. So Charlie Brown Christmas, I love it, I watch it, but it's never really been as priority to me as I know it is to a lot of other people. I think they seem to only play Charlie Brown Christmas once on CBS, once a year. So growing up, I didn't really see it very often, especially compared to a lot of these other movies. So for whatever reason, I didn't really connect in the same way. So that's really it. It's a good movie, but it is not my favorite. But it does get an honorable mention because I think it's important. And I know that a lot of people, it's been around for so long that it is really high priority for a lot of people. So that's that. And my next honorable mention, and this is probably going to be a surprise. It was a surprise to myself when I was writing this. I also want to say that I reserve the right to change my order at any time because this was really, really hard, especially the higher we get. But honorable mention number 2 is Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, the Rankin and Bass version. I don't know why, but that one is lower for me on the list. Again, I think it's another one that I didn't watch as often compared to the rest. I was realizing, I was talking to my cousin about it, and she, didn't even know some of the story. So, I think it just wasn't big in our family. And it's surprising, but it's the truth. So, Rudolph is number 11. But it's a great, I love it. I love most holiday things. I try to watch tons every year. And all day and night, starting in November, that's all I want to consume. So, but let's get into the actual numbers. Number 10 is Frosty the Snowman. Frosty beat out Rudolph because I love going around and screaming, "Happy birthday!" which is what Frosty yells when he comes to life. So I just think it's fun. I just think that the voice actors are really fun. And I love magic, and the whole idea is his magic hat. And yeah, the bunny with the magic hat, and there's like the sequel where he gets his wife. Now I can't remember his wife's name, so this is embarrassing. I gotta remember. Crystal. Crystal is his wife. So it's a good time. And I also love, really about all of the older cartoons, is I love when they find ways to integrate popular songs and into the story. Like, they try to give origin stories to things that these aren't their real origin stories. I don't know if that makes any sense, but it makes sense to me. It's like my favorite thing. When they're like, and that's why we eat chestnuts. And I'm like, ah. And it's definitely not why you eat chestnuts. Like, it's not because of a red-nosed reindeer. But, yeah. I'm trying to focus real hard. Also, you can see my extra page coming through. So, hopefully, it's not going to mark me up at all. I think I have to finish this area before I look at my next one. I put the paper next to me on the side, and it's hard to see from the angle I put it. So after we finish this tiny area, I will move it to a more accessible spot, and hopefully that will facilitate easier reading. But also, since this is my first one, I have no idea how long these videos are going to take me. I know in the past, when I've done top 10 videos, it was mostly with Disney, and I basically like put a timer on, and I intentionally stretched it to fit that timer. But that was because I was doing that 4-parter for the Vitro book, and that's not what's happening today. So I figured we'd go kind of organically and see what happens. So, today these markers are kind of smelling super alcohol-y. I don't remember that really happening otherwise, so that's interesting. And all the dots on my scrap paper is from a Line Spots Dots book, so that's why there's just hundreds of dots all over. But luckily, it does not seem like it's actually coming through. Usually I only have problems with red coming through. So, yes. All right. I don't know where I'm coloring next. I always do backgrounds first, and then I feel guilty because that seems like it's the most boring for you to watch. Beautiful. I feel like I'm probably going to do the tree next. Do I want to do him a dark green or a lighter green? Because normally I would go dark green, but I feel like I don't want to make the whole page too dark. So let me test out a lighter green and see how we like it. Okay. Let's move. I don't want you to see my answers. Okay, that should be better. Can you see? Can you see it? Okay. Number 9. Okay, number 9 is Mickey's Once Upon a Christmas. This one I did not watch since childhood. I found it comparatively recently. I think it's been within the last 10 years. I don't even know. Maybe it just came out within the last 10 years. That's probably why I didn't find it. But I love it. I think it's so fun. And I love, obviously, Disney in general. And when you hear later on the list another Disney movie, I feel like you'll understand why this one is so high up. But Mickey's Once Upon a Christmas, and there's also Mickey's Twice Upon a Christmas, are basically like short cartoons, like 10, 20 minute, maybe even 30. And there's a few of them, and they're each on different characters. So there's like a story about Goofy and Max waiting for Santa. And there's a story about, what's the Donald story in the first one? I'm sure there's a story about Donald being grumpy. I think in the first one it's about him really wanting hot chocolate and not wanting to be at the mall. Oh no, the first one is about Huey, Dewey, and Louie wish that it's Christmas every single day. And so, like, it's like a Groundhog Day situation with Christmas every single day. And then there's, like, a Gift of the Magi story with Mickey and Minnie. And it's really sweet. So I really enjoy that one. And it has made it to my top 10 list, and I watch it every year. Also, another, I don't know, weird, quirky, silly. I own almost all of these on DVD, and I've purchased them within the last few years because I'm always afraid that like the streaming services are gonna just decide I can't watch them anymore. So with my Christmas movies, I have tons of them that I physically purchased. So that's always fun. A lot of them I got lucky and like found it like Goodwills and library sales and stuff like that. But in fact, I got my copy of Elf from Five Below. So that was weird, but yeah. Next up is number 8, Claws. This is actually a Netflix original, and it is so good. If you have not watched this one, you definitely should. Yeah. I think it would be even higher if it had been around longer. So this is, I think it came out now, this is the 3rd season that you can watch it. And it's just so heartwarming. It's about this spoiled kid who is like in the postal service essentially. And he kind of gets punished and has to go to this remote area and try to get their postal service up and running. I guess that's the best way to describe it. Obviously, I don't want to give any spoilers because this one is relatively new, but it is so good, and I'm pretty sure we cry every year, and I can't wait to watch it. Because at this point, when I'm filming, I haven't watched any of these yet, but I'm very excited to. And by the time you're seeing this, I should have watched all of them. So that is Claws, and I don't know. I never really expect much from streaming services original movies, which may be silly because at this point that's like where entertainment is heading, but this one was really, really good. So highly recommend, if you have not seen that one, to check it out. You will not regret it. And now let me finish this little section before I look up. How we doing on time? We're only at 12 minutes. I gotta slow it down. So I'm gonna do this whole big section before I even do the next one. So sorry for the wait, but how has everybody doing? At this point, we should be 25 videos into Danielle's December daily. I hope you are enjoying, and I hope everything went well on my end and you actually saw 25 videos. You'll have to let me know what you think. I'm really excited at this point for all the plans that I came up with. It's really hard to come up with ideas for a video every day. But I'm hoping that I did not only fun videos in general, but a good variety, and that you're interested in a lot of them. And I very much assume not everybody's going to be able to see everything, which that's fine too, but hopefully you see some good stuff and you like what you saw. I don't know. I've been freaking out about it for a good month now, so I hope everything went well. Also, Noodles might be barking. Are you barking? And this space is still hard to color, so I'm kind of going over my ornaments a little more than I would like, but I don't want lines, so we're just gonna have to go as fast as we can and hope for the best. Oh, we got a line. I just jinxed myself. Okay, somebody walked down the street, so she was thinking about getting mad, but they were across the street and not near our stuff, so she let him go with just a warning. Yes, hopefully you saw a Noodles Day in the Life video. I'm most excited for that one. And you're gonna see that Day in the Life of Noodles is mostly just napping on the couch. So, cool. What color should we do next? I think that this is his sleigh behind him. I don't know. I might do the ground in just like a gray. So I'm just gonna quickly do that one. Also, let's make sure, how are we doing? It looks like we're not leaking anywhere, which that's always good. I haven't used my Cali Arts in a while because I always use my Tau trees. So this is nice. I was worried they were all going to be dried out, but it seems like we're doing good so far. Okay, now what? His sleigh. So I've obviously been coloring Christmas stuff, and I feel like I don't love dark red. I feel like it's too offensive to the eyeballs. I'm gonna do warm gray for around the words to make it look like a scroll, maybe? Or is that silly? I like the idea of it. So we're gonna give it a go. Yeah. Okay, back to our countdown. Number 7 is Winnie the Pooh and Christmas 2, which I think is now released as like Very Merry Pooh Year. But I love this one. This one and one that you'll hear about later were like, these were my 2 top childhood movies. I had them on VHS and they would play one right after another, and it was like had all the commercials included, so I memorized all the commercials, and like every year I was very excited to watch this VHS, and it was just, it's so cute. This one, if you haven't seen, I'd be surprised, but if you haven't seen it, I highly, highly recommend it. And it is Pooh Bear, like Pooh and the gang all write a letter to Santa, and Pooh forgets to ask for anything. So they're like, oh no, and then they all go back and get the letter, and then they all get really greedy, and they end up not being able to send it, and so Pooh Bear pretends he's Santa, and it's all a mess, but it's so, so cute. But now it's called Very Merry Pooh Year because they like expanded it, and there's also a New Year's story about New Year's resolutions, and they basically all resolve to not be themselves and turn into somebody else, and then they're all like, oh, it is good to be yourself. It's just so cute. You just gotta watch it. But it's funny because the Pooh Year version definitely just like mixes the old cartoon with new ones. So they do like storytelling with, I can't remember any words right now, storytelling with caroling in the middle and all that fun stuff. So I also very highly recommend that. And that one is like super deep in my core childhood memories. So that is number 7. Number 6, this one shocked me that it was this low, and I like still, I don't know, I feel like at this point I love all of these so, so much. So this is hard. Don't judge me if this is your favorite because I'm like, I love it a lot. But number 6 is Dr. Zeus' How the Grinch Stole Christmas. I love this cartoon, and I don't know why it's ranked so low. I can basically recite it along with the cartoon as it's on. And I, again, used to watch this one, I think on VHS, but either VHS or just like it was on TV every year. And I know where all the commercial breaks are. That's one of my favorite games in general, like with Disney Channel original movies too. Like we'll be watching and I'll be like, commercial break, and someone will be like, all right. But you can like tell where the commercials are. And I know like the Grinch's smile, there's a commercial right there. There's a commercial right when he's like holding onto the sleigh of all the presents hanging off, and it just like, I love this. So I don't know how it ended up so low, but I love it. So this is one of my favorites. I don't know why I keep doing this, but I like to, obviously we put our tree up, and then I love wrapping presents, and I love to put all the presents in front of the tree and then take a picture. And our tree is next to our television, so like 3 years I put the Grinch on TV and paused it so there would be something nice to look at on the television. So, weird fact about me and the Grinch. So, but yeah, I love the Grinch. It's a fun one. I think maybe the only reason I can think of that my heart didn't put it higher is because it's so short. So, I don't know. All right. Next up is number 5. Number 5 is Jack Frost, the Rankin and Bass. I love Jack Frost. I definitely didn't always love Jack Frost. It is a newer love to me. But this is another one that I'm telling you with, I love when these movies fake explain things. So in the ending of this, spoiler alert, I guess, the groundhog is the narrator, and he's like, oh yeah, Jack Frost loves to hang out with this town, and that's why even if I don't see my shadow, I run away. So there's always extra time for winter, and then he just gets to nap more. So it's like so cute that the idea is that Jack Frost and the groundhog are in cahoots, and that's why we have winter. I don't know. I love it. So, yeah, I just love the Knuts. I love, like, the puppet. Is it Dommy? I don't know. I love all about it. His name's Snip. Ugh. It's a fun one. I'm stretching. Okay, let's pick our next color. I'm definitely going to do red, but I'm trying to figure out if there is a lighter red that I can do. Let's look in our sheet. So I'm like, I don't want to do like geranium, but I might do like vermilion. Or deep red. So deep red is deep, which is what I wanted to avoid, but it's so bright. Like, obviously, look at deep red versus Argyle. Let's go. Okay. Number 4 is A Year Without Santa Claus. This looks like it is my favorite of the live action Rankin and Bass. Not live action, obviously. That's a whole different category. Of the stop motion Rankin and Bass is A Year Without Santa Claus. And it is because I absolutely love the Miser Brothers. They're so fun. I don't know. I always say that Sam is the heat miser and I am the snow miser. I think it's because he is always warm and I'm always cold. Because, like, size-wise, it should be the opposite. But I think this one has the best songs. And they call him Mr. Klaus. And that's funny. Iggy calls him Mr. Klaus. And I love... it's so funny when Mrs. Claus is like, oh, maybe I'll be Santa. And then she sings her whole song. And then she's like, nah. It's like, okay. And they actually, like, remade this. And it's called The Miser Brothers Christmas. And I also really like that. And in the new one, there's, like, the North Wind is the villain. And they luckily repeat the Miser Brothers song, which is why I still like that. But that's a good time, too. I think I might do the garland in this red to bring it over here. So, so much for not much red. I can't avoid it, but yeah. I forgot what I was going to say. Yeah, so that one's my favorite. I love it a lot. I love the Miser Brothers a lot. I think they're so fun, and I sing Miser Brothers songs all year round. I sing a lot of Christmas songs all year round, or at least reference stuff. So, the more you know. Next. How are we doing on time now? We're at 23 minutes. So let's do, oh gosh, I just stopped the garland right in the middle. I'm going to finish the garland, pick out our next color, and then we will keep going. I think my pacing's going okay. I don't know what to do the gnome himself. Like, I'm probably just going to keep his whole beard white. Also, unfortunately, especially for this one, I don't know about the rest of them since I haven't filmed them yet. I don't think I'm going to be doing the speed color. I will probably try to color it and then come back and show you. But with my setup and timing, I don't think that doing the speed color is going to be an option, unfortunately. So, but I don't like to leave you hanging and not seeing the finished picture, especially since I don't do great at posting on Instagram. So we will see. Hopefully I can come back at least. And show off the finished one. I am also going to do his gloves. We're going red crazy. It is a Christmas page. So I'm probably going to keep that red out for when I inevitably want even more red things. All right. I think I'm going to make him raw silk colored. Or should I do... I might do like barely beige and then blush for his nose and make his nose a little darker. I'm gonna do skin, which is whatever. I don't love it that this is skin white, but okay. And then blush is 301. That's 302. Yeah, all right. This will be quick though, so I'm still gonna keep you in suspense even longer. I wonder if anybody has any guesses as to what my favorite is. Hopefully you do. I don't know. I feel like I've talked about it enough in my whole life on the channel, but who knows? Guess down below if you so choose, if you know any of the top 3. Number 3 is the Polar Express. Obsessed. So good. Now, the Polar Express, I don't really know if the animation held up. It's a little bit creepy now. We've made good strides in animation. But the content itself is top-notch. It's so fun. Tom Hanks is everybody. I'm very impressed by him. And let me pick my next color. Oh, that's what that is? I guess I can do some darker ones. Sure. Yeah. I didn't know Tom Hanks was everyone for a long time. And like every year I would be like, oh my gosh, that's also Tom Hanks. And then be like, oh my gosh, that's also Tom Hanks. And it's like, oh, Tom Hanks is everyone. Cool. And it's funny, my original version of this movie, because I said I have them all on DVD, was a like knockoff, bootleg, that's what we call it. And it was a bootleg. And the only weird thing is that any physically written things were in French. So they spoke in English. Everything was the same as the official copy, but physically written things were in French. And that, if you have seen that movie, at the very end is kind of important because there's like, they punch a word onto his ticket, and the word for me was in French. So I didn't get that context for a really long time. So that's pretty funny, but that one is just always such a feel-good movie for me. It's so funny. A lot of these movies, I feel like overall, oh no, I do. I was going to say, I feel like I cry more with the live action, but looking at this list, I definitely shed some tears for some of these. And it like blows my mind because I cry every year. I cry at the same part. I always have the same feels, and it's so great. Every single year, I'm devastated because it's just so like heartwarming. And that's why, like, again, I'm starting celebrating Christmas now, and we're at about 46 days out, I think. And I know that some people are always like, what about Thanksgiving? What about, like, it's too early, blah, blah, blah. And I'm always like, no, I wish I could feel this way all year round. It is not too early to feel good. So I apologize if you are not ready to celebrate, but I'm rolling. And obviously now it's Christmas Day when you're seeing this, so perfect. I love that his nose is darker. It looks super cute. Let's pick our next color. I don't have a plan. So, yeah, love Polar Express. Love Tom Hanks. Good times. Let's do maybe a pink. Canary yellow. Some yellow. Let's do some yellow. 003. All right, number 2. We are getting up there. Number 2 is one of the ones that I cry every year. That's your hint? No. It is Arthur Christmas. This movie, so good. This was like a surprise for me when it came up. This is newer in this grand scheme of things. It's so hard with Christmas movies because I feel like your favorites just tend to be the ones you grow up with. So I feel like it's always hard to bump off a childhood favorite. But Arthur Christmas is so, so good. I don't know how popular it is because at this point I watch it every year, but I don't know if everyone does. So if you have not seen Arthur Christmas, please seek out Arthur Christmas. It is so, so good, and I love it so, so much. And basically it is about a team, or the family of Santas, and they accidentally miss a present. They miss one kid and don't deliver their present. And Arthur Christmas takes it upon himself to deliver this present because he does not want any child to think Santa forgot about them. And there's a lot of craziness that ensues, but it is such a sweet movie. I love it so much. Oops, I just went over the lines. So I highly, highly recommend that one. If you have not seen it, it is so cute. So, okay, number one. Are we ready? Do we know what number one is going to be? Who has a guess? Number one, my favorite animated Christmas movie of all time, and essentially my favorite Christmas experience is Mickey's Christmas Carol. Yes. So again, if you've been around my channel, you probably know that because I don't stop talking about my love for Disney and Mickey's Christmas Carol specifically. And also that was my page for the month for my Disney page was a Mickey's Christmas page. So you probably had some hints, but I just love it. This was the other recording on that VHS growing up, and I like everything about it was great. I can tell you where all these commercials are too. On my recording, there was actually 2 other short cartoons that I am obsessed with, and one of them is easy to find and I think is on Disney Plus, and the other one is not. But one of them is like Pluto's Christmas Tree, and it's a story of Pluto and Chip and Dale and how Chip and Dale accidentally come home in the Christmas tree, and Pluto like does not want them there and tries to like attack them essentially, and it ends up being super cute. It's a lot cuter than it sounds from that description. And then the other one I cannot find anywhere, but it was Donald Duck and Huey, Dewey, and Louie, and essentially they have a super snowball fight. And I love that one. And in my head, all of these just went together. Like, I didn't know that they were not all part of it. So really, it's Mickey's Christmas Carol plus those shorts is my favorite. But I love it. It's my favorite. I remember the commercial for Minnie and Mickey's like Roadsters was one of my favorite commercials. Oh, the original Hershey's commercial with the Hershey Kisses being bells was on that VHS. It's so good. It's such a good time, and I can watch that all the time. That's something I sometimes watch throughout the year also. So that's my favorite. Yay! Did you know? Did you have any guesses? Are you surprised? Let me know. I'm not surprised. It's been my favorite forever. But yeah, that's it. Obviously, I did not finish. I think I did okay. I think there was enough excitement that this makes it worth it. So I am going to finish this, but off screen, because I'm not sure if I'm going to do it right this second or not. I've been filming while I have quiet, and then I can like color when there's a hubbub. So I'm going to finish this off camera, and then I'll come back and say goodbye. But no, I'm going to come back and say goodbye. So I'll be right back. Guys, I almost forgot to come back on the Christmas video. I'm going to be honest with you. I filmed the first half of this probably over a week ago. Like, my nails probably changed. Yikes. But I promised the finish page, and of course, like, this is the Christmas Day video. I have to deliver. So here it is. It got a little crazy. I decided that this book is so cute and fun that I would just go for it and like do a whole bunch of colors. I always have trouble balancing between like, do I make it cohesive or do I make it like fun and accurate? So I just went for fun. So there's our Santa. I used some glitter on the words and then some of the accents, so these stars, some of the ornaments, and just one package. I don't know, but there it is. So cute. So let me know if you agreed with any of my choices. Let me know what your favorite animated Christmas movies are. I hope you had a fabulous Christmas Day if you celebrate, and if not, I hope you're having a fabulous December and you're healthy and happy. And I thank you so much for being here with me. If you made it to the end of this video. Hopefully I didn't do this in the first half. If I did, I might have to do some fancy editing. I don't know. If you made it all the way to the end of this video, let's have our code word be, what were my favorite movies? What came in second? I can't remember. What a fool. My favorite was Mickey's Christmas Carol. So I guess Carol, C-A-R-O-L, like singing carols, will be our code word. So if you made it to the end, thumbs up this video. Comment anything you want to comment down below, including the secret word carol. Subscribe if you haven't. I'm a fun time, and we have a week left in this calendar year, and I got a week more videos coming at you. So I hope you enjoyed, and yes, Merry Christmas. Thank you so much, and see you later. Bye, friends.